Eric was trying to find work in Grand Rapids, and things weren't going real well. So we had a little father-son talk, and I said, Eric, I says, I think maybe you need an adventure. Eric takes off, goes out to Colorado, and guess what? After he's out there for a few years, there's this gal from Decorah, Iowa. And they go out, and before you know it, she's kind of an item. And so as the adventure begins, and like I'm going to say for both of you, that the adventure is just beginning. And many years of adventure that you'll enjoy. Like your grandfather said, Eric, it's many footsteps, many pavers that are set out in front of you that you will walk over this time. And, the other thing is that the Lord had his idea about you going out there, and that's where it all came together. It was for the two of you to cross paths, and here we are tonight.
Our families have gotten to know each other over the years. When we first moved to town, as all good Dutch families do, we went looking for a church home. And when we went to the Methodist church one morning and they found out our last name, we were immediately ushered to their table, the Dutch table at Fellowship. Come to find out, we were going to be great friends. Our friendship has definitely grown over the years. As we graduated, went our separate college ways, the distance has always grown, but we've always maintained our strong friendship. And for those of you who know us, we have a motto, and it's go big or go home. That's led to many fun events and evenings and some of our favorite meeting spots. Eric, I know you know that you've married a 100% Dutch girl. And you've experienced that here and there a time or two, but I'm not sure you entirely know what you're getting into. If you may have heard this a time or two, but if you ain't Dutch, you ain't much. I'd like to raise a toast to Allie and Eric. They both know how to go big, and they're going home a married couple tonight. So cheers.
On September 9th, 1984, I got a brand new little brother. And Eric and I share a lot of the same qualities, but we're also different in some ways. I'd say we got along pretty good growing up. I like to think we were good kids. We didn't get into trouble too much. Eric and I like to grouse out in the fall and go four-wheeling, ride our bikes, which by the looks of it, we should probably start doing that again. We had a cool clubhouse growing up that Dad built. There's some home movies of me carrying boards and pounding nails, Eric sitting on the grass wondering when lunch was. Eric typically wanted to take the easy way out or scam the system somehow. I would do things even if I didn't like it to avoid possibly getting in trouble. Eric, on the other hand, was more laid back. Things like getting in trouble didn't seem to bother him. Schoolwork wasn't a strong point for us. I'd struggle to get homework done while Eric would try to figure out a way to do less. As we got older, we learned a lot from each other. We ended up being a little bit more like each other. He watched how I fixed things, went to tech school for a similar field. Now we're both in jobs that share similar job duties. I think Allie's a great match for Eric. I think she can balance him out by looking at him and saying, "Really, Eric?" So sometimes we may go weeks without talking or seeing each other, but we'll always be brothers, always be there for one another. We might disagree on things, or you're living 4 hours away. Even if you crap your pants on a charter fishing trip. Because we had motion sickness so bad, you and I. You'll always be my little brother. Allie and I would just really like to thank you guys for coming here. A lot of you drove a long ways across country. Mom, Dad, couldn't ask for better parents. You guys have helped me along the way, taught me a lot. Every one of you, family, friends, have touched each one of our lives, and we couldn't ask for a better night. I knew Allie was the right fit when she ordered the elk meatloaf and finished the entire meal. So you're right. The Dutch do like food, and she wouldn't even share. So, the last couple of years has been just ever so changing. You know, living out west, moving back to Minnesota, and it's just been very busy times. So it's definitely been an eye-opener, but for the best reasons possible, because I love you so much, and you're my best friend.
It's been a long time coming. I mean, those of you who know what went into the planning for this, you realize it's been pretty special for all of us. So this goes back several years. Allie was in first grade, and she and her sister and I were in the car heading home from a 4-H meeting, and Maria was talking about projects that she wanted to have when Allie chimed in with, "I have an idea. I have an opinion." And she kept on, and she kept on. And finally, I said, "Allie, you can express your opinion when you can spell opinion." And she quieted down. I thought, well, this is a win. We got home, and she wasn't gone for more than a couple minutes, and she came in with a dictionary, and she said, "OPINION, now listen to me." Well, you know, and we've been listening to her opinion ever since. But about 2.5 years ago, she called up and she said she had been dating this guy. I found that a little unusual, so I asked some questions. said, really, who is this? And she's describing. I said, oh, what do you think? And she said, well, in my opinion, he might be the one. And she used that word again. I thought, well, should I really believe this, or is this something else? But I got to know Eric a little bit down the road, and got to know his family, and of course, the more we got to know him, the more we liked him, and started thinking, Allie may be right on this one. So tonight, at least, we'd like to formally welcome Eric to our family. And in my opinion, Allie, I think you made a good move.